Well, hello, and welcome to this week's Final Fantasy XIV stream. This week brought to you by DDoS, literally as I was about to go live. So we're gonna see, hopefully we can get in. I'm currently at 735 people. So, you know, that's great. Just what I like to see. That's better. The lighting on my camera was having some issues. So yeah, I'm afraid we're just gonna be like sitting here hanging out for a bit while I wait for it to wait to be let back in. When we left off last week, we had just done the Dark Knight level 76 quest. So we're going to start off today by finishing those off. So we're going to do, I got Dark Knight to 80 the other day, so we're going to finish those off. And then, what you didn't see that is an odd noise that I think may have been my neighbour going up the fire escape, but it was an odd noise and it made me jump. Anyway, the next we're gonna be doing some Eden. I'm not gonna be doing Savage because I'm scared, and also I don't have a static, so I'm not gonna party finder it. I love myself. I don't love myself much, but I love myself more than that. So we are just gonna be doing normal mode. I might try and heal it depending on how I feel. Except I'm really scared of Force, so I might not. I might just see if I can nab. I've got some friends. If I've got friends who are online, I might see if I can like nab them and do it with them. No, I'm not going to swap over to gameplay, it's boring. I just realised I forgot to turn my audio up in game. I forgot to put my music back on from where I turned it off so that I could listen to a podcast. So need to do that. 6:35 peeps, getting closer. Yeah, we're gonna do in normal mode to start working on gear. I've been thinking about it, and my plan at the moment is sort of to try and get I'm gonna try to get Summoner in Phantasmagoria gear. I'm gonna try and get Healer in Eden's Gate gear from now on. Now that I've got an Eden ring, I can like skip past there. So I'm gonna be spending the rest of my Eden stuff on Summoner, and Dark Knight is going to be like the unwanted third child and basically like lag along behind and be in whatever's left over. But I want to at least get Summoner in like fully Phantasmagoria gear by the Dark Deep Shadow gear, I think it's called, by 4.1 so that I can start augmenting it. And yeah, I'm gonna sort of trickle down things, so I'm gonna try and keep on top of gear and always have it so that Summoner, which is my main class, is I'm aiming for the most like recent highest gear set. Astrologian is aiming for the second highest, and then Dark Knight is whatever's left over. So yeah, that's all I don't have anything interesting to say. We're still waiting for 600 people before we can get back in, so fucking servers went down literally a minute before the start of stream. Sorry that we're just sitting here on the start screens forever, but my game screen isn't much more interesting. It's just a queue to get back in. Nobody's cleared E4 yet. God, the last clear is 20 minutes ago. Can you guys tell that I've got Riptide stuck in my head? Hi, I hope you're doing well. Ooh, I appear to be dropping some frames. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna take a look at what's going on there. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Not sure what's going on. Is it? Do I have? Oh. Not sure what's going on there. Let me know if there's any issues, like if I'm coming through badly, if you can't hear properly, or no. I might just restart stream. I might just completely restart OBS, see what's going on. Give me a hot second. Aha! I see what's going on. How do I stop it doing that? Oh, we're at 187, so I don't want to like... sorry, I'm having... traditional tech issues. Right, bear with me while we see what happens first. Are we going to get in first, or is this going to stop downloading the download that started by itself that I cannot now stop? Scree. Screed too hard, coughed up long. Yeah, that's intentional. Because the game, I think possibly either just had a DDoS or somebody fell over the cable. So I've been trying to get into the game for the last 15 minutes. So I'm gonna find out whether this download that Windows started without my permission will go first, or whether we will get into the game first. Yeah, if probably gonna be dropping some frames once I get in. But if my voice is coming through badly or something, please let me know. There's nothing I can do to fix it until this download finishes, but we're at 87%, and we're at 88 people in the queue, so... Okay, I'm glad to hear that, E. Well, the gamers let me in. We're at 93%, so... 94%. Oh boy. Well, to be honest, I don't know whether it is an actual DDoS or whether somebody like tripped over a cable, but I'm kind of guessing DDoS, trying to affect the world first race, because looking at the world first, like in the top, I can't select it, 10 people who cleared EU3, so we've got NA, EU, JP, EU, JP, JP, EU, NA, EU, JP, EU, EU. So actually, mostly EU. EU as well. It's probably because it's exactly the right time zone for us. It's like mid-evening for us. So, probably. Let me refresh this actually and see what's. So I'm surprised that. Well, I know I'm not actually, because I reckon it's going to be Elysium who are going to get world first for E4, because of course it's Elysium. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is actually a DDoS trying to. There we go. Stuff's loading in very slowly. Trying to affect the world races, which is, I mean, any sort of DDoS is bad, but. Let me be clear, because I just realised I'm saying this live on camera. I don't know that for a fact. I have heard it said on the internet that there have been instances in the past of patch day DDoSes in order to affect world first races. I could be making that up. Complete bullshit. I wouldn't be surprised. It's me. It probably is complete bullshit. You know what I'm like. I don't know shit. But, if that is the case, great job affecting the rest of us who just wanted to load in and do some quests. Anyway, well, it looks like that download that I didn't ask for is finished, so I'm just gonna say that we're live. Hello guys, welcome, willkommen. The plan for today, in case you missed it earlier, I am going to turn my music back on. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. That's better. Yeah. The plan for today, we are going to go do the tank quests. The wind-up numeral is so cute. Oh, so cute. And then I'm going to be doing some Eden normal mode. See who else is online at the moment. Lobster Tree and Grace are both online, so I might steal them and see if they want to come do stuff. It's me, IRL. I exist. I'm wearing a purple t-shirt. I was gonna say it's for Pixie, but it's purple because it's the colour that I like most of the motif. It's actually Katie Elise's, who pour one out for Katie Elise, who has left YouTube to create her own life, which is very fair, but also she was one of my favourite YouTubers, and in my opinion, made the best true crime videos on YouTube, so big love for Kaylee Elise. Also made awesome t-shirts, but more importantly, made really good, interesting, moving true crime videos. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Let's go do the Tanko quests. Everything seems to be moving a little bit slowly, so I should probably get out of humor as quickly as possible, because it really is having some issues. Also, I regret to inform you that I was in London last weekend and I got sick again, so once again I'm going to be consistently muting myself or like leaning away from the screen to hack up a lung, because life sucks. And didn't surprise me that time. I actually turned it down to a sensible amount, Yumi. I'm gonna be hacking a lung up as per usual, because I've been sick for the last month. My ear hurts. I don't know whether it's an ear infection or just a normal issue with a cold. It could be either. We just don't know. Anyway, hello Yumi. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. We are finally in, following the great hell that was the most recent DDoS. Yumor is incredibly cursed, both like as a place in the story. It's incredibly cursed. As a place to hang out in its new Ralgus Reach, which means that most of the time it's okay, and then sometimes there's a DDoS, everyone loads back in and it's full of people and you're like, oh shit bro, this is awful, and everything is loading very slowly. Right. Paella, nice. Grinding food for me to eat on Bard. Ooh, okay. Exemplary timing, Maeve. It was not more than a moment ago that Granson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request my arse. One's no better than your modern aristocrats, so accustomed to making others do their bidding. Tell you, there's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. Ere you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask your questions. Maeve said they saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. Your friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Brandon's dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades in an attempt to halt the flood that they've themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Dear cousin, aye, but unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of old Verbert, and he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty. A knight brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Truly you've suffered a terrible loss, but while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behaviour notwithstanding, Dick Alsonay is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals a child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm, I could barely wield a sword, and now we've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance, all I've got now, and every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the goddamn ring is and we'll be on our way. That's how it has to be. Who you have to be? You ask too much, demand far, far too much, and in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. You trying to barter with me? You little shite. Tell me what I want to know or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Maeve. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that Anita disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to tell you a story, if you'd be so kind as to join me in Lihigia. Good luck with the route, Yumi. Honestly, like, with Grandson, I just want to be like, poor kiddo! It's that, story. That story thing again of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? About choosing your destiny. It's not, you have a choice as to who you can be. There's no such thing as that's how it has to be. Why are we here again? Gosh, this place looks so pretty at night. I love... Here's a fun thing. Is you can do this, which is fun but also depressing. What's much more, even though it's bad in this armor, is to do the water float, which... I love how this looks so much. I feel like I've taken so many screenshots here, but I, like, seriously have so much love for, like, how these water lilies look, and this just, everything about this is so pretty. Right, let's do it. Well, I heckling up. Tis beautiful even now, a palace of forgotten dreams, but before it was Lihigia, in the time of Verbert, it was Grunneslicht. The memory of mine in which you walked was of troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, then young knight, had only just won his spurs, had only just called it Burb, had chosen with personal guardian experience and was able to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Verbert. I thought I would never see him again.
But then one day he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Saldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. Time for a flashback. It's the hand wiggles of flashbackery. Tim, Brandon, I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have it done with. I wonder about the order that he picked his friends up in. You, Tadric, do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon, Brandon, Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not of my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I've killed you and your friends, there'll be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for a noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Bad. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. You can tell he's evil because he's got scales like an evil moustache. The void scent that we fight void scent that look like this. Also a lot of our weapons. But now, I think I ought to take my time. Sorry. Right. What have we got? Oh dear, right. So we need to kill these guys first. I see, so it's basically 1, 2, 3. 3 to heal when needed. As I promptly forget that I'm not a DPS. Nice. Such an incredible display of strength. So, almost, yeah. There's sort of also the, so the idea is that monstrosity is a good title. So Sin Eaters are essentially people who are like overcome by light. Oh no. Let's find them at Branton, go to Neilbert. Ah. So yeah, Sin Eaters are people who are overcome by light, and it seems to be turning people into the sort of monsters, like the sort of Void's End monsters that we are seeing. Everyone has their limits. There's lots of big bads. I'll try it. Surely no one can harness such a massive torrent of ether. Such obedient children to offer up their lives in sacrifice. Extremely cursed. Oh, plenty of bonus eyes, of course. How can you kill all yours so quickly? What the fuck, Albert? What the fuck, Mr. Blue DPS? Okay, where do I need... Oops. Don't do that. Here we go, this area's safe. Everyone, now's our chance to turn the tide. I've still got a few hours in my quiver. Hope to refrain from drastic measures. Bring them all here. Take him on. See that, Tadric? You're next. Time to thin the herd. Starting with... Don't you dare touch her, you bastard. God, he is so good. Of these theatrics. Let us end this farce here and now. Hey. You doing okay, Albert? You doing okay over there, Mr. Blue DPS? Whatever he's preparing, we cannot let him finish. Do we interrupt it? Nope. Kill these guys. Okay, how I can kill this. Don't ask for mercy, Tadric. You won't get it. This doesn't do any damage now, so there's no point hitting it. I always wondered why this is the oddest party con, because you've got like 2 DPS. It's almost like Albert fulfills like the X-Ax role of ostensibly being able to fill any role in a party. Except he can't heal because he's a warrior, but that one was good. That one wasn't too painful. He's like a blue DPS almost, because he's a warrior, but he DPSs. But it's a weird party comp, because at the start, like when they pick up Nilebert, they had like him and another tank. And now they've got like 2 DPS, a healer, and 2 tanks. Meddlesome wretch. This kingdom is mine by rights. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Tadric, you. But why, after serving us faithfully for so many years? No, bitch, no! Not of your servant. No, I'm no servant, not of your mother, nor you. Nah, bitch, nah! My lady! God damn you! Chop his head off, make sure he's actually dead. Also, he stole my dress, that's my dress! It's mine. Lady Saldia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear brave Brandon, am I your princess still? Would you honour your vows even now? I know, right? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. That is well. Would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Stew your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Verba and her people. No, I cannot. I will not. Honour your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. Oh. Let me know if the audio needs to be turned up or down, by the way. Bad. To your friend who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. Justice. No, it should be me. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. I just had a very, very bad ledgy thought. Just with that motion. We've rounded up the rest of Tadric's co-conspirators and tossed them into the jail. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. Titty intensifies, am I right? So it really is like he found a way to access the void. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. I bet Squelch did it. Well, you saw what happened? Wicked White. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Pliony. Extremely sad. Sad content. Makes me sad. Getting distracted by looking at Discord while you wait for load screens. Might kidnap us to be in a bit, see if he wants to do eat-in with me. Just normal. Extreme is scary. Do you know why you entered into the royal family service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Saldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid, for there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Not even her death absolves me of it, and so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, which you would want for me in her kingdom. For Brandon, yes, and even for you, grandson. For me? To define myself wholly in opposition to the other, another bereft of complexity of nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities. A villain. Indeed, there is confidence, certainty, and hatred, but it is a false and fleeting comfort. But what lies we tell ourselves about who we are, what we must be, what we must do. And never you mind the cost. If anything, the more we have brought and sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Maeve. Not for long though, I'll be back soon. If you'll notice, grandson really is. He's like really a you can see it better when I take the headgear off, but really very similar. I can't quite do the same pose, like. Oops. We sort of do this. Oh, oops, I don't know what happened there. We sort of do like the same pose, but like reversing each other, but we're very similar baby-faced emo Dark Knights. God, I wish my hair was this colour IRL. I miss having, like, really miss having blue hair. Also, I haven't glamoured my earrings because I'm intensely lazy. I'm just wearing the earrings that I bought. I did re-glamour this outfit though, because I really like how this looks. Okay. You got any? Nope, no incidental dialogue. Right. Grandson, I've given you ample time to consider the path that's brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I don't know what to do after I lost Melinda. How to mourn her or how to live. I felt that if I put it all on dear Cosme, put my everything into the hunt, then at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. Wanted to hollow myself out and fill that hole with light, forget who I was. An irony of ironies, that's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago too, isn't it? Hard men making hard choices. What rot. Hold on to Melinda and the memories you shared. Let that love guide you. Gay. You're right. I don't need the hate. Never did. I'll finish it for Melinda and for Brandon, and then I'll move on. Move on, you say? I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Cast not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Ava would agree. And Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? Apologies for treating with such disrespect before, Solul. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and foremost step. I will tell you what I know of the claws of Orthus. The ring, together with a bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Haldia was the last of a line, and after her death they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of its existence. The ones who stole the fangs and the eyes of Orthus? The relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Dickon Snow was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, a slave to duty, you say? You think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess? I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden. Only 2 of the 3 were taken, then the 3rd is still. Claim the calls of Orthus and he will surely come for you, yes. Tim Chaos is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place unmarked on the map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Solul. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, Senna. And may you find peace as well, child. Okay, on a scale of 1 to healer quest, this isn't making me as sad as the healer quest. But I'm willing to give it time. I feel like the healer quest and well, I suppose all of these quests so far have been almost about like self-sacrifice. I feel like the healer quest got to me so intensely, almost because, well, I just leaned really far into my camera there, I'm sorry, because it was ultimately it's such a simple thing, like, but the fact that, you know, that she was willing to abandon everything she knew, everything that she held dear in order to try and save her sister and the people of her village, and that she was then cast out for it, and that in death that desire to help people whom she felt that sort of kinship with was so intense that she came back and that's what she did. I don't know, there's something really sad and intense about it. And then similarly with the caster quest, the idea of wanting so hard to rescue somebody that you put in danger that is all you can think of, even in death. And this seems to be about like loyalty and about caring so much about your duty that even in death you continue to carry it out. And I feel like perhaps the emotions of trying to find a lost friend or trying to care for this group of it's almost a marginalized group of people, I feel like that's perhaps more personally relatable than carrying out one's duty, is the way I feel about it. which is why I think the healer quest it's such a kick in the teeth, and to a degree the caster quest as well, it really is. But I have to say I'm really liking all these role quests so far, and I'm really liking that they are, it's about you and the person you're with learning the truth behind. So here's the thing, one of the things that makes me saddest about Ardbert and his merry men, and merry people I should say, and one of the things that constantly hurts me about them as people is the way that they were absolutely willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for the people around them. And it's that phrase of, we did everything we thought was right and it still wasn't enough. They killed all the people they thought they were supposed to kill. They tried their hardest to save their world from this evil, and when it wasn't enough, they said, you know, Manassian came and said, you have to die in order to travel to the source, and then you can do this thing and it will save your world. And it was a complete lie, but they were like, we'll do that, we're willing to do that. And then they came back and they passed on, they gave the last of their life energy to stop the flood of light, and nobody else knows that. They were reviled, everyone hates them, they think they're villains, they think, you know, those blasted warriors of light, they did this awful thing to us, when nobody else has the truth of it. And a lot of these role quests are about uncovering that truth and showing the truth of it. And something I really like is that when you do these after the main story, you have the option, and you definitely did, I feel like you did in here, I feel like you did here as well, you have the option to say, well, actually they weren't as bad as you're making them out to be, which I just think is really cool that you can, it's a nice touch, it's a nice touch of like, almost like we're spreading the truth, and with each one we're restoring somebody, even in just the hearts of a few people, to like the status they should have of a hero who was unjustly vilified and lied to and laid down their lives not once but twice to really were willing to lay down their lives not once but twice to save their world. And we are spreading that truth to more people, and eventually maybe it will spread. Like, you know, we tell Grandson, hey, this guy was a hero, and maybe he's chatting with somebody and somebody goes, hey, that fucking warrior of light, am I right? And then Grandson's like, well, actually I put down the Sin Eater that was inside one of his companions, and it turns out they weren't bad people, they were just possessed corpses. But you know, anyway, this is a really long ramble. Should be the place. You've got the powder on you, right? Oops. One's under which beautiful. No magic. Useful dispelling all manner of illusions, save the ones under which we choose to labour. What I'm saying is, I really like the writing of these role quests. Slowly shatters the earth as twinkling motes of light. A coffer begins to shape. Twinkling motes of light as a mochi slowly begins to cough along up. Is that right or a sight? This must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. Ain't got much choice in the matter. Or we could deal with it here and now. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I know your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon. I promise you. I really like this sword glamour, but it absolutely looks like it could break in seconds. Is not. Toot, 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 toot. Let's put this poor bastard out of his misery. never noticed a grandson of the Mournful Blade. I like that. What the? Did he do that? Sure did. Well, that's hardly fair. Hold on, sinner. What's holding me down? Rude. Yeesh. Oh, fuck. Oh, beans. Thank you for showing me what to do, grandson. It is appreciated. Okay, it's dodge shit time. There we go, right. Move here. What the fuck? Oh, beans. Oh, nuts. Fuck. Yeah. I failed that. Okay, well, let's do that again, but with less death. And me paying more attention to my rotation, such as it is. Yep, we are just gonna skip the cutscene. Trying to bring the vibe up by singing bad songs. Yeet. Spirits Without, that's a good. I happen to like that film. Rude. This is surprisingly complicated. Still with me? Just about. Bitch went straight out of fucking. Hovag went like straight out of rude. Straight out of my salted earth. Right. Okay, so it's this again, right, so I want to get over here. Now that explodes. I want to get in here. Now these explode first. Now I want to get in here. Thank goodness that doesn't stay. If he moves out of my salty earth again, I'm going to be really annoyed. Bitch! Oh, and I'm wasting my fucking bright. Wasted some of my delirium for you, that's annoying. Oh, come on, not again. You too, buddy. Looks like it's my turn. I'm counting on you, sinner. Wicked way I felt that one. Thanks. You're welcome, buddy. Be up in a minute. Come back! Not this time, bitch. Stand out of that. Come over here. Stand here. Fuck. Beans. Beans, beans, beans. Bronson, don't you fucking die. What are you even taking damage from? He's aggroed onto me. Are you taking damage from standing and stupid? I'll be very angry at you if that's the case. Fuck. Oh, beans. Oh, nuts. Oh, beans. Oh, nuts. Phew! That was close. That was too close, Granson. You're in trouble. Damn it, Utah. Let him go. He's not your bloody puppet. Hey, finally. You watching, Melinda? Now or ever, my Lady Saldia. My sword is yours to command. Brandon, you still in there? I'll not hesitate again. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. That would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shelter a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonour your memory. Oh, my Lady Thaldia. He's gone. With that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stake them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Solol will have some ideas. Let's head back to Plan E. I don't know, it doesn't quite... It's not quite tugging at the old heartstrings the way that the healer quest was. I know we could ether current back, but like... I just realised I was muted. All I said was, why would you ether current when you can just lie and you're cool? You're cool, bird. Wiggle, wiggle. After you, Maeve. Give me more incidental dialogue. Is it done? Brandon has been laid to rest. You saw us when we arrived. Do you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. I suppose so, though to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even thought. Because you finally saw what he was and accepted that truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. Easy for you to say. You didn't have to cross blades with the bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The 3 royal relics of Urbut. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. And now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Saldia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that's settled, suppose you'll be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Sulul. Think that one has a bright life ahead of him. Few can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy, but he did. As have you, on a few occasions, I am sure. It's been a pleasure, Maeve. Do visit me should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. Right, let's go back to the Crystarium. So IRL has been more than a bit stressful recently, and so I've been a bit like all over the place anyway, but I'm not kidding, I teared up thinking about Ardbert earlier and about all the Warriors of Light, because I was thinking about Oster said something that reminded me of a quote from his Dark Materials, which I looked up and then I read it again and it made me sad, and then I was thinking about it in the context of like the Warriors of Light, and then it made me even more sad. Puppy Mischief, that's a good name. I feel like so far the writing in this is perhaps I will wave at him from over here where I'm hanging out. I don't want to say the writing in this is weak because it's not. It feels like his head and shoulders. Why he's already tightened up finances considerably, mostly by cutting back on my liquor budget. As best I can, preparing meals, magic and fun, studying my magic. He tells me I work too hard, but as I always tell him, I have 100 years to make up for. Oh no. By oh no, I obviously mean oh yes. The friend that I actually want to speak to isn't here. Yeah, I feel like of the 3, this is perhaps the weakest of the quests so far, but by no means is it bad. It's just that the other 2 quests were so good that like this kind of Sorry, I'm being distracted. I was looking something up. Just realised I was being very dumb. That's all. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry. Move my mouse. Well met, Sinner. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound. Do. Can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Dick Ersney and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realise I was only pushing others away. Glenard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's the perceptive one. I took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I've yet to thank you properly, Maeve. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. So what's next for you, Sinner? Good question. Can't say I feel at home here or in Wright or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled a fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most, and there's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Hell, isn't that what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing in the end? So, let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. Wherever you go, may you find shade, Sinner. God, Maeve looks so dumb and so cute when they smile. Every so often I see Maeve in a cutscene and I'm like, shit, the bed, I made a really cute character. I wish I looked that cute. I don't by any means think this is a bad quest. I think it's just that I preferred the other two. But, like, you know, to each their own. I'm sure there are people and, like, characters for whom, like, that is, like, really meaningful, this quest, and it just happens to be that it's not for Maeve, but, like, that's not... That's fine. Unfortunately, forgot that that's his dark materia. Unfortunately, I cannot pick the ranged one up just yet because I have got 15 levels left to get on Bard, so I've got, what have I... so I've got 20 fates left to do in Tempest, which I'm probably just going to get done this week, and then I'm going to be doing my roulettes and then alternating between leveling Palace of the Dead in order to level Bard and actually leveling up story and doing story and everything on our shard. So Lally-ho, my friend. Here to join me for a drink or three? Thought not, but I'm happy enough to drink in your company either way. Watch how fast I can down the sail without my helm on. Gosh, Gyot is so good. I love them. Anyway, I wanted to see where I can pick up the Dark Knight quest. Because we're going to teleport first to the Ondo Cups to go pick up the artifact gear. Oops, no, I wanted to go talk to Sid in Foundation. Cool. After I pick up the artifact gear, we'll go do that. Is there any? Oh, there's nobody up in Tempest at the moment. What does that mean? Right, Granult. Give me your tank gear. Forgot I'd already bought the Rankin Greatsword. I am going to glamour back. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this actually. Hang on, let me get someone with better lighting to go over here and G-pose it. I think I'm gonna glamour back. I don't know, I'm just not super feeling this one, I think. Ah, fuck, I need to go elsewhere to... Oops, I want to try this on, however, because I have to say, really like how this sword looks. I might change my glamour away from this sword. Oh, but I do also really like how this... What even sword even is this? Thunderclap. I really... Thanks. I really specifically like how this looks when you have it drawn, like with the purple. I think that looks really cool. Like, I really like this outfit. Like, I think that looks pretty cool, so... You know what, fuck it, we'll stick with it for now. And, maybe glamour over later, but... Nobody's cleared E4 yet. I get the feeling somebody's gonna clear E4, like, while I'm asleep. Right, what do I want to do? Eden or... Let's see if Grace is around actually. Eden or roulettes? Let's see, it's nearly 10 o'clock. I'll probably only get Trial Raid and Alliance in. I've got a week. I'm gonna teleport back over to Ishgard and do this first. Sorry that I just like dropped out there. I've been doing some math, so as long as I do my roulettes if I do all of them between 3 and 4 days this week, that will get me to camp for the week. And with that, I I think I'm going to start by... Oh, I don't know if I'm going to start by saving for the weapon or... It'll take me 3 weeks to get enough for the weapon. I might start by getting my... I think, actually, I tell a lie. I'm, like, thinking out loud here. Sorry, guys. What I'm going to do is... Okay, Yumi, take care. Have a good evening. I appear to be dropping frames again, so I apologise for that. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is... My whole computer is having issues, so I do apologise. Think out loud here. I think I'm going to work on my accessories first. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. If I just do 2 weeks of capping, that will get me 75. I'll be able to afford 2 of my accessories. Sorry, I am gonna have to go back to this glamour. I just put the head back on as well, because I have a specific weakness for how this looks. Do that, and then I'll start saving up for Alchemist. I think I'll just pursue Country instead. Ah, Maeve, it so happens I have a letter for you. But before we talk about that, mind telling me what you've been getting yourself into lately? You and your scions, I mean. I've an inkling, perhaps. I went and saved another world, as it happens. Come again? Reflections of the Source? Parallel worlds? Sin Eaters? What in the 7 hells are you on about? Something tells me this is only going to make any kind of sense if you walk me through it from the beginning, step by step. I like this. Sid is like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So then sum up, you were swept into yet another realm-shaking conflict, were you? Of course you were. You have an insatiable hunger for it, don't you? And even when you bite off more than you can chew, you refuse to let go. Well, as if you didn't know. Else, from the moment I laid eyes on you, I suspect you were a particular blend of impulsive and stubborn. It takes a special kind of bastard to become a Dark Knight, much less a warrior of light, don't you think? You travelled onto a doomed world and pledged your sword to a futile cause. You fought and you fought and you fought, and in the end you won the day. Though I know it wasn't without loss, without sacrifice. Victories like that are always bought with blood. But you and your comrades paid that price all the same. That faraway land and her people live on, all because you were too willing to fight to the bitter end. Because you were too stubborn to die. And because of love, I'm sure. Being grim and dark will only get you so far, don't you remember? It's like the Mughals, like Saruman himself said. The flame in the abyss, the love you bear for the ones you hold most dear. That's the source of true strength. Maeve could have never made it this far if their heart wasn't filled to the brim with love. I'd sooner pose that question to Sid. That's not so we did, eh? Sure, Thancred fellow mentioned provide a far more meaningful and interesting response. Having to look after the reincarnation of a surrogate daughter is certainly... Though, I suppose... some level I can relate. What? Not once thought of you as my father. No, I mean, we're not even the same race, so of course no one would even look at us and assume... Well, if you want to put a label on it, then what would you prefer? Master and disciple? Manservant and noblewoman? Sid. How about chocobo horse and whatever you damn well like? Gods, you can be daft sometimes. Hey, what did I tell you about calling me that? Children, am I right? Let's give her a moment to cool her head. For now, let's talk about that letter I mentioned earlier. Oh, Sid, I'm going to introduce you to a friend I have on the first who also recently adopted a kid. Pendant, who I cannot say, was delivered by a young woman with a broom. Lily, I believe her name was. Said she'd seen us with you in about Ishgard before and reckoned that if she left it with us, you'd be able around to pick it up. No, I haven't taken a pic, so it's constantly remained complete and utter mystery to me. And as for the sender, you'll have to pester Lily at the Holy Stables if you want to know more. Now, if you'd excuse me, I have an angry girl to mollify. I'll fall to find a message written in a strangely familiar scrawl. Maeve, you'll forgive me for this correspondence and the secrecy. You helped me in a way, once upon a time. It's past time I said as much, and so here we are. Feels like a lifetime ago to come to think on it. You've been through quite a lot since then, accomplished incredible things. I'd like to think that in some way I was a part of your journey. Far from the best, no doubt, but for me and my own journey, I think it's safe to say you've been, well, there's no suitable words to describe it, really. I've done things, made decisions. Looking back, I can't help but feel more than a little foolish, but such is life when we have to seize what few opportunities we have for closure, even if it is through the written word and not face to face. So wherever you are, I hope you're happy. Still fighting, still adventuring, still doing what you love. Be well. I only call this the author's identity. Perhaps Luna can shed light on this mystery. Somewhere over this way will be a friend named Looney that we can speak to. Plop. It's you. It's really you, Maeve, my hero. Honestly, I never thought I'd get to see you again, much less speak with you. You don't remember me at all, do you? I'm not surprised. All in a day's work, I suppose, saving silly fools like me. And it was so long ago when you rescued me from those temple knights who were trying to take me away from my grandmother. I still remember it like it was yesterday, though, you springing that great big sword of yours, bellowing all kinds of terrible threats and sending them running. I'm sure some might say you overdid it, but thanks to you, my grandmother and I never heard from that lot again. And ever since Sir Aymeric and his allies came into power, we've had a lot less of that trouble all over. But let me guess, you didn't come all this way just to see me, did you? Leaving everyone at a loss as to who could have penned it. Letter, huh? I thought so. It wasn't me who wrote it, I can tell you that much. I got it from a knight I befriended after tending to his chocobo a few times. Sir Patroned. He said it was to be delivered to the hero at the Scions. A peerless warrior with 1,000 victories to his name. After he described your features in detail, it all fell into place, and since I was certain you'd eventually pay a visit to your friends, I offered to take it to them. Anyway, he's the one you need to talk to for after the sender. Maybe check the congregation? I mean, that's where knights congregate, I presume. I like that. That's where knights congregate, I presume. Back over to the Forgotten Knight and we'll just run up. So yeah, we're gonna do Eden normal first, with Grace and Oster, because both run mine. And then I will do my relets some other time. May I be of service to you, Master Connolly? What a relief it is to see that I arrived unmolested. It was entrusted me by Aurella of Rogus Reach. After the battle at Gimlet Dark, I spent a few nights there, you see. I can only assume that whoever sent it to me to the Reach had heard of the battle between you and Lord Xenos, and how you'd been brought to the Barber. However, by the time it arrived, you'd long since been spirited away to Ishgard. Had Leni not recognised you from my stories, I don't know how I might have seen it to your hand. If you seek the author, mayhap you should pay a visit to the Reach. I know only what I told you, but surely Aurella can tell you more. May the Fury watch over you and keep you, friend. Okay. Travel to Rogus Reach. This is like a fun journey around Eorzea, trying to find a hidden admirer. Or secret admirer is the phrase, I suppose. Why am I loading so slowly? Re. One raider whose streams I watch hasn't downed E3 yet. I keep like alt-tabbing to look at the world firsts. There's nothing I can like close to. I could close my gear tracker to help with this actually. But there we go. Jesus Christ, that took long fucking enough. Now I am invisible. Well, good news guys, I figured out how to go invisible in this game, just apparently have internet issues. Where are you hiding? Oh, you just hadn't loaded in yet. Pleasure to see you. Lost that long-haired boy of yours again? About the letter, it came with the shipment of supplies from Little Alamigo, as I recall. I can only presume the sender was hoping that Commander Hex would see it to you personally, but I'm not surprised it escaped unnoticed given the chaos at the dark and after. Found its way into my medical supplies, and as you well know, I decided to let the Ishgardian Knight take charge of its delivery. In any event, I advise you to continue your search on Little Alamigo, and if anyone there knows aught of this letter's author, it would be Gundabald. Tighty. So I don't know if you can see in the spoiler chat over here, Osterby is having fun with our good, wholesome, slightly personal fun with Pugsworths in the Crystarium retainer bell. My internet appears to be having real bad issues. Don't be doing this. Not like this. Ah, fuck. Oh, beans, I went to the wrong place. Boo, boo. I'm really annoyed that I accidentally went to actual Alamigo and not little Alamigo like an idiot. Text updated about 3 seconds, 4 seconds before the noise there, actually, so that's great. Also, I was watching someone stream earlier, and there was like a pull macro which made certain noises. The problem is it was for a raid, that's why. The problem is that it was making the noises that I have set up for this chat, so I kept like tabbing back in and looking at it like, why is there a noise? What brings you to Southern Fanland this evening? That you say, and you seek the author? If you read it, then you know their heart, what you meant to them, how you changed their life for the better. It's a feeling I understand all too well, which is why I agreed to send this letter with the supplies for Roger's Reach. Yet you were never one to let a mystery remain unsolved, were you? You seek answers, closure. I will not deny you this. At the Red Rooster Stead in Lower Lenosha, you will find a man named Godahard. Speak with him. Perhaps then you will find a measure of peace. Jesus Christ. Can I go to Costa del Sol and fly down? I'll load in eventually. Meanwhile, I'm Googling to see, well, Google has absolutely nothing, so, I'll get in past the learned screens eventually. This is hellish. I want to get some of the raids done on stream. Primarily, I want to do the tanky quests, but seriously, what a nightmare. I don't know why this is happening. Open up the gates. Stop having them be closed. Seriously, the fuck is using up OBS, then Chrome, then Final Fantasy? Maybe if I like close Chrome down, that'll help a bit. But I need Chrome up. Jesus, that took fucking... That went off about 5 seconds after I hit it, so... If I have to, after this, load back into Ishgard, I'm gonna be so mad. Why? If the reason my internet's gone down again is because of that update that I didn't ask for and installed without my permission for Windows, then I'm going to be pretty salty. There shouldn't be anything. Tell you what, I prefer having closed captions on, but I'm actually going to turn this off and I'm going to close Chrome down and see if that helps in the slightest. It shouldn't. I haven't had any issues with Chrome in the past, but you never know. Well, that appears to have done piss all. Good God, finally. I don't know how to get that second level of mount speed. Right, let's hang out here for a bit, wait for the NPC to load in. This is fine. There we go. I just needed to go kill something and God Herd would reappear. Gods, it's you. But why? Why are you here? You really don't remember any of it? The kicker and bandits? Certain merchant who may have overstepped his bounds just a trifle? Oh, I do. I'll return to the dry docks with my wares, and I do mean bloody. Say, is none of what I'm telling you ringing a bell? Really? Not even the part where I refused to thank you and demanded you pay me restitution for the property you yourself returned to me? Well, seeing as I've already confessed, may as well reiterate it. It was me. It's just the beginning of my bad luck as it happens. A string of bad decisions left me in debt to some very unforgiving fellows, and before I knew it, they'd taken down near everything I owned. Was friendless, penniless, hopeless? Let me tell you, running afoul of the royal light had not done me any favours either. There was a time when I couldn't help but blame you for all my misfortune. Then one day when I was rummaging through my meager possessions, I had an epiphany. Stumbled from a package from that shipment you recovered for me that ill-fated day. Flower bulbs, stained with kick and blood, but viable for cultivation, still brimming with the potential to grow and thrive. Before I knew it, I was cradling the package to my breast, sobbing and moaning like a fool. For a fool is exactly what I'd been. I'd been offered a kindness without let or lean, and instead of thanking this generous hero, had spat in their face. So I left that life behind, save the bulbs I brought with me here. Apprenticed myself to the botanist and resolved to start anew. Wouldn't you know it, 7 little fiends finally bloomed for me again. Suppose it's only fitting you'd show up that very day. I've said 1,000 regrets, but none the greater than how I spoke to you. I say this not to beg every forgiveness, but to tell you how you've changed me for the better, and to thank you for the opportunity. For one request, if you're amenable to it. I pray you accept a flower, one of the precious blue that has bloomed. A token of my heartfelt appreciation for my personal saviour. Admittedly, this particular breed is perhaps best suited for funerals and farewells, but if you'd rather not keep it for yourself, perhaps there's someone else who might welcome it? We've got a lot of friends who... Someone else indeed. Time to load in again. I'm sorry, I feel like most of the stream is just going to be me, like, trying to do load screens. Well, it wasn't too bad, so... Maybe it was crime. I've never had that issue before, but... Well, it's the first time for everything, I suppose. There is no response. That can be the answer with this, can there? So let us wait for a time, you and I. In the cold and in the snow. In the dark. Maeve, you big dummy, you look so silly. Take all the screenshots. We're just playing it by ear. No matter. I wanted this once, more than anything. A chance to speak and be heard. But neither of us needs it anymore. And if we were to look deep within ourselves, we would realise that we never did. We are the stories we tell ourselves. The brave hero, the tortured soul, the altruist, the pragmatist. They will tell you who they see, but you and you alone know who you are. When I speak only for myself, if you are confident in my words, they are yours for the taking, but that is your choice. Now and forever as it has always been. Now comes your part, to cloak yourself in the fiction, to breathe life into the dead, to give a voice to the voiceless. As we did together that day when you gave us our answer. Was it ever mine? This would all be so much more moving if I could remember the Dark Knight quests at all. Phew. One more to go. Right, I'm just gonna fucking lag it because it's gonna go quicker than trying to go through a load screen again. Plop. Ariel. You think I'd be more mature than that after everything I've been through? Like as you can see, Riel and I are getting along swimmingly, so you needn't worry about us in the slightest, not one bit. So what of that mysterious unsigned letter? Did your grand search for answers lead you anywhere interesting? An old acquaintance. That so? Well, glad to hear, I suppose. I do like the title, The Boundless Dark, but I like Farcaller the best. This is so cool that the explanation for why we're now able to summon a friend. Just swap to summoner real quick and do this. And we're just gonna I'm just gonna queue us for all four and see what pops. There we go. Oh boy. Time for Glub Glub. I need to open my... Whoops, no. I need to open my... gear tracker again. So I can see what I do and don't need. Right, guys. Wish me luck with the joy that is hopefully doing okay. Turn down the tidge. The main tank does a thing. Do that and then do this. Pop that. Be in the middle. Set that up. Oh, don't drop that on me! Be careful! Fucking shortcast. The other summoner is way ahead of me. This isn't fair. It's okay, because they're dead now. It's so fucking awful and petty of me to say, but like, it's true though. you ran forward there because I hit the wrong bit when I was trying to zoom out. Whoa! That was almost a disaster. So terrible and petty of me to be like, hey. You know, at least I'm alive. Oh lord. Scooches along without actually moving. You know how it be. Every so often I'm like, man, that's super petty of me to be like... If I've not got anything on me, I just need to not be in people. I haven't really worked out where, like, you're supposed to pull that to, so I do apologise if I screwed that up. I suppose probably to the very front to, like, knock people backwards would be my other guess. Do that. I love how the dancer, I love how it looks. Yay! Glad to hear it, Yumi. Welcome back. You missed me have a lack of emotional reaction to a quest I can barely remember. And now I'm doing some of the raids with Grace and Osabi to to try and oops. At least my res went off. I died for a good cause. Right. Now, what do I need? Tell you what I can pass on. Can pass on gloves. And I'll need on just about everything else. Command, Demon Hail. What did I get? I got some legs. Yay for leg. Nice. Do, do, do. Leviathan, Leviathan. Boo, boo, do, do. Leviathan, Leviathan. Okay, gonna queue us with the others. Ride that heel train all the way home, baby. Same. Repair my shit before I forget. I wanted a Tainabelle. I can teleport. I'm gonna teleport back to Yulmore. Hopefully the queue doesn't pop while I'm in— oh, for fuck's sake. Hacks up along. Right. Snack around the clock. It's true, I really did. Oh, beans. Oh, beans. That lag, if you guys just got lag, was, yeah, that lag was, no joke, completely in canon, happened for my game. We're doing great, guys. We're doing just fine. There's no problems in the world. Please— oh no, don't drop that on my head, please. Nope. I don't think we've got any buggies, so I wonder if they just— are new. Nope, fuck this first one, we need to pull apart. I remembered now. Ah, beans. Ah, nuts. Ah, fuck. Fuck, bullshit, puss. Oh, fuck. That's right, there was a cat in there. To distract from all my angry swearing at myself as I do badly at this game. I'm at the beginning of my my rotation. It doesn't matter if I die now. Almost there, just put in chat, just let me die, I don't deserve to live. Okay, now don't let me die. How the shit are you supposed to do that? How the ever-loving fuck are you supposed to do that? Please don't let me die, I'm in Firebird right now, and that would be sad. Someone needs to stand in it! Nice. Nice, nice. You hear the sarcasm? It is. Sorry, I'm like being completely distracted because I'm like panicking while trying not to die. It is odd seeing Carol in well, fuck. Carol in all white, but they look very fancy. It is a good healer dress. fuck, I lost my mouse. Nope, stay stacked. Stay stacked. Stay stacked. Now spread. Out, 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 out. Out, out. Okay, well I'm the second best DPS behind the Dragoon. I'll accept that. Rip. Nice. Right. So, what can I pass on? Do I need a belt? I do need... In fact, I think... I need everything. I'm just gonna need all the things. What did I get? I got a bangle. Dope. No comms either. Hi Pixie! I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, Pix, this is like literally you've just come along and it's whoops, nearly 11 o'clock, so it's time for me to end stream, I'm afraid. But big hugs to you, and I hope that you're having a good day nonetheless. So I'm going to end stream off here because it's almost 11 and I want to reset my reload my game before Pyset in case something's going on with it. So I will be streaming this Thursday. I'm going to be streaming a game called Hyper Light Drifter, which I know not too much about, but I'm very excited for, just because, and this is so weird of me, perhaps right now I'm really intensely in the mood for something like bright and neon and futuristic and I'm really in the mood for that like pixel neon aesthetic. So that's what I will be doing on Thursday. Then Saturday we'll be playing Mass Effect 3, where we are going to be forging on ahead with the main story. We've done all that we can. I'm not going to do the side content to try and get us any more galactically ready than we already are. We are just going to be pushing ahead with that story. Then on Sunday it's going to be my first time streaming Lotro. I haven't yet decided if I want to pick up on the character that I started to play and then never got really that far with, or if I want to make a completely new character. I'm kind of tempted to make a completely new character so that can sort of have like almost like a let's have our full adventure together type thing, and do like a sort of completely fresh new playthrough. But we'll see. I I'll choose over the weekend. And then next Tuesday will be more Final Fantasy XIV, where we are probably going to be doing possibly some raids, possibly some roulettes, or I might take a break and I might go do another Palace of the Bard, where we go level up Bard for a bit by living Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High, in which case it would be Bard on High, or possibly just High Bard. But we'll see next Tuesday how I feel. So take care everyone, thank you for watching. I am going to let my auto host kick in, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Take care everyone, have a wonderful evening.